Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We are not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. May say them and I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid. I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take the parts that resonate, leave the rest behind. If you'd like to book a personal, more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome back. I'm highly caffeinated right now. I normally drink mushroom coffee in the morning, and I just got back from having breakfast with my husband and got a coffee drink. And I don't, if you've never had cafe de olla, oh my god, but this is a iced dirty olla with condensed milk and oat milk. Oh my god, it's so good. I'm trying to figure out what deck I want to use. What deck do I want to start with? Let's start with the Kipperish. Initially, I thought to use it as a clarifying deck, but let's start off with the Kipperish, and I'll do my standard spread. Yeah, I'm highly caffeinated right now. I'm like, on the inside, there's a little miniature Tam running around in circles. I can literally see it in my head. And she's running at full speed. And it's funny because I initially told my husband, I was like, after we had breakfast, I was like full up to my eyebrows. And I'm like, you know, when we get home, I'm going to lay down. I think I'm going to lay down. But I'm too caffeinated to lay down. So we'll see how I feel after this reading. Alright. Let's tap in. Oh, we'll take the cards that flipped. All right. So we have Rich Girl, Karmic Masculine, and Ancestors. All right. I'm like, are your ancestors protecting you from this person? Or people? Because I believe Rich Girl in this deck would be the privileged lady in a standard deck. Okay, so we have the Divine Masculine and the Sweetheart in the recent past. So this could be an existing couple. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, what in the hell? Okay, so going into the near future, I have Boss and Twin Flame. Y'all know how much I hate that whole terminology. Alright, so... Oh. Okay, so let's look at the environment. There's someone who's reaching a level of success or achievement that... Okay, I'm like... Because the mature woman is out here. Now, I don't use these cards in the reverse because I have not yet been able to... I don't connect with this deck as much as I would love to. I don't connect with it that well. So I'm a little leery about putting card, letting them fall into the deck, in the reverse. So, um, this kind of looks like this mature woman may have been trying to do things to kind of like destroy your life. You are, looks like, successfully ascending, so we like it. There has this mature woman. I also feel like may have paid somebody or actively did the work herself, um, doing love spells either over your relationship, or the relationship that she may be in. Oh, take the cards that flip. Yeah, I wanted to put an end to your achievement. Also, to ruin your because you're coming across as a sweetheart earth angel. This feels very much like somebody trying to either ruin your reputation, destroy your life, but definitely wanting to bring an end to your achievements. And if you're ascending, that means you're slipping into that area of God consciousness. This person may actually think that they may also be in agreement that you must be some kind of an earth angel. So this woman has done rituals over you. Okay. And having an expectation. Yeah, it's like they've been doing things over your relationships. They've been doing things to try to affect your livelihood. I'm trying to figure out what this karmic masculine and this rich girl. I'm like, are you the rich girl? Are you the privileged lady? Are you the privileged lady? And you're unbothered. Like, they may have an expectation of doing something to affect your relationship, but I'm like, by all indications, if you are in a relationship, everything is fine. Okay, just a quick reminder, if you're not in a relationship and everything is not fine, I don't need to hear about it in the comments. It's counterproductive, okay? Okay. So there's some concern about someone who's in a position of authority having an entity attachment on them. Okay. Oh, that's how they've been trying to affect your relationship. Remember how I've said in other readings, I'm like, they've been trying to do things to like it goes back and forth. Like sometimes I'll see like the primary focus is, at one point had been the feminine, and then for a while the primary focus had been on the masculine. This kind of feels like it's geared, I want to say, towards the masculine energy. It has something to do with your relationship if you're in a relationship. Part of the problem, if it's not working, for those of you who are in a healthy relationship, part of the reason why it's not working is because your person is like in love with you. Like your person, okay, your person is in love with you. There's love there. The relationship is very blissful. There's a lot of heart. I'm like, hearts, a lot of hearts here. I'm like, now that I'm looking at all the cards I have, there's a lot of hearts out here, which is interesting in itself. They may have been trying to, like I said, they're doing ritual work over someone. but it's not working because this is what's blocking it. The fact that he has love for you. There's love there. And he's happy. Both of you are. So basically, if this is, like, I don't know who this mature woman is, but if you are someone who is a truth teller and you've detached from this woman or people, there could be other people here, and say, like I said, you're ascending, you're reaching some type of goals, there's achievement here. You are also the rising star. So if you are the rising star, truth teller, maybe you have a public platform, you detach from this person, which therefore also rejects that entity because it's connected to the entity too. So if somebody here was trying to, but I'm thinking it's kind of like leaning towards this masculine energy. But the thing that needs to be released is you. If you're the rising star ice queen, they need to release you. I kind of feel like this rich girl and karmic masculine, these are the subject matters here. That's the subject. What's the lesson here? Listen. Yeah. So, oh, this is interesting. So, part of the lesson here is they can't change, like, whatever they've been trying, because they have this particular reading has this first spread has a lot to do with somebody trying to interfere with a relationship. And the reason why, and this is part of the reason why it hasn't worked or whatever, is because there's real love between you. There's genuine, real love between you. I feel like you also there's some kind of, like, change in this deck is something, means something different than it does in my other decks. But this kind of feels like like a sense of adaptability. Like you have, like, that's the thing that makes your relationship work, is because you both have the ability to kind of adapt and shift as the winds, you know, wind sometimes changes direction. Y'all seem to know how to go with the flow and you adapt accordingly. And then you put in the work and the effort and the labor into your relationships, which therefore allows you to be, there's something, this is also giving me the energy of, it's like this, I mean, this ain't for everybody. And I realize this. I'm like, this ain't for this part ain't gonna be, this reading ain't gonna be for everybody. This feels like your partnership has allowed you, this almost feels like the partnership being so solid and so good that he's done something to help assist in leveling you up to where you're no longer, because I'm looking at this and she's not in work clothes anymore. She's in like sexy girl clothes. So it's giving like soft girl era. You know what I'm saying? Where this relationship or something in the stability of the relationship has allowed this feminine energy to kind of go into her soft girl era and just be, you know. And when I say just be, it doesn't mean that in her being she's not working or doing. She just is not having to work as hard. It's kind of come across like soft girl era, like so it. But what it's doing is, because I see the work, but what the end result is, sexy and successful. Although the card does say single, sexy, and successful, this literally could be just about one single person. You're not in a relationship, but it's also somebody doing work to prevent you from being in a relationship. But there's something in here it's giving me like soft girl era, where you don't have to work as hard. You can kind of focus on the things you want to focus on, that leans you into being successful, sexy, and successful. I'm like, and yeah, single could be super single, but single, successful, you know, sexy and successful also could mean like you have the ability, you're successful in your own right, and you know, you can be, you know, you do enough to, you work hard enough to where you can meet your own needs successfully, but you still have this solid ass partnership and the love of your partner that helps elevate you to that point where it kind of, you don't have to focus on working this all the stuff. You can kind of focus on what you want to focus on. We actually like this energy. This is good. Like I said, this ain't for everybody. Like, you know, when we use different decks, we get different cards and different stories. Oh, and there's a child. I feel like your ancestors are really protecting you. Somebody could be working out some inner child stuff. Oh, now I got the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Occupation. Sweetheart. The sweetheart would be like the Queen of Cups. So maybe this could be somebody, I don't know, are y'all going to working together? I'm like boss and twin flame, divine masculine, divine feminine over here. Are y'all considering working together? Huh. High honor. Starseed. So the masculine would be the boss, girl, the feminine would be the starseed. I'm just basing it on the images on the cards. So maybe you guys have considered working together or having a business together or something like that. Maybe you met at work. But I see in the near future that your partnership, or both of you, will be received in high honor, very well respected. Okay. So somebody here has been trying to rob you of certain achievements. And there may be some imprisonment behind this destruction. This mature woman may transition. Oh. These cards are really sticky. Okay. So there may be other people involved. I'm like, this community. So there's like a lot of other people involved with potentially trying to block a pathway for a relationship. I'm like, let's focus down here on the thief and imprisonment and the transition. So while yes, I think that somebody here may have been trying to put an end to your relationship, but I'm like, transition. connected to a mature woman. She may be passing, or she may be on a deathbed or something like that. It's kind of given I'd rather die than go to prison. But thief of abundance. And you're an earth angel. They are in opposition of you, or they're in opposition of your ascension, trying to stop you from ascending. Maybe the imprisonment could also be spiritual jail, because I said your ancestors are out here, so. So they may have expected, I don't know, it's kind of like they did work over the masculine to make him like maybe cut you off or do something to end your relationship. But you're unbothered because there's commitment here. Like, what? I'm like, hello, what? So maybe they were trying to put it, like I said, I still get that same energy. I'm like, maybe they were trying to put an entity, attach an entity to your person. But it didn't work because he loves you. I'm like, he loves you. He loves you. Somebody's been doing divination over him. Somebody may have been paid to do divination. Somebody may have been paid to do divination to send an entity. Or somebody's done divination over your person and they may have some kind of awareness of, like, I don't know, because this card says actual money. They may have some kind of awareness of like some type of actual money being presented, changing hands, awarded, gifted, earned, discovered, whatever. Oh, so if this person had been dealing with flying monkeys, they may not be able to, like, even if they wanted to, like, travel towards you with their flying monkeys, they've been blocked. I got, like, your ancestors are like smack in the middle of this board. Ooh, what needs to be released? A false narrative and conflict. So they've been talking shit about you, right? They've been talking shit about you, and they got some kind of, I feel like they got some kind of beef. You're not involved. It's a one-sided beef. So they got to release the conflict that they have with you and the lies that they're telling, because you're out here telling the truth. Oop. These cards are so sticky. Obsession. Concern. Moving on. And poverty. So they're obsessed and worried about you moving on because they may actually need help here. I'm like, I don't know if this woman is trying to get you out. They're trying to get you out of the way, Divine Feminine. Alright. I'm like, let's switch decks, because I always feel a little uncomfortable when I love it. I love the art and everything. It just makes me uncomfortable because I'm not fully connected with the deck. Let me use my own. Alright. Mike, all these things out the way. Alright. Ooh. First, okay, current energy, coffin with inheritance in the reverse. So there's some type of transition or ending and inheritance that has either been blocked or withheld. Okay, remember when I clarified the cards on the second pass, we have thief and abundance here, okay? Yeah, recent past. Rider in the reverse with official person in the upright. So rider is like a fast incoming message. So this message that was meant to come to you from an official person that had been blocked or withheld. Ooh. Okay, so there's something here. The tower is like law, isolation. It can be law or something of something like of a legal nature. Somebody may be ungrounded because something's going on with them legally. Oh. Okay. Oop. That's distance travel and something being cut out or cut away. Distance travel and something being cut away. Message of concern. So maybe there's a message of concern or something's being cut away after somebody transitions. Okay, so like that's here. Coffin with inheritance in reverse. So up here would be like a message, getting a message, because it's next to this transition card. It's like something being cut away. So maybe that's this inheritance. But it's connected to this mature woman as well. Mature woman is out here again. So this mature woman has been trying to do something to affect your relationship. But I have relationship and then community on top of it. So I kind of feel like it was meant, like whatever this woman has done, it wasn't just to affect like your partnership, but just your relationships, like all of them. Like all of your relationships. Ooh, this would be about your innocence, your pathway to a new beginning, a new start. Because child also can talk about like new beginnings. So this woman has been trying to prevent you from getting a new start or going on a new pathway with your relationship, because connect to your relationship. Okay, let's go back here. I'm like, let's start from the beginning. Because I was confused with the rich girl and the ancestors and this karmic masculine. So, and then child. Again, child is out here twice, but child could be like a new beginning. or it could be talking about innocence. Okay. But I'm like, if someone passed and there was an inheritance, rich girl, child, new beginning. I'm like, okay, let's figure out who this karmic masculine is. Is the karmic masculine the person that passed? Interesting. Bottom of the deck is main male. Maybe she had achieved travel. She had the ability to travel because she stole some abundance. Stole abundance. This also gives me the same energy of like traveling, moving, relocating. And what's being cut away is the potential of her stability. Because Anchor talks about stability. Something being permanent. Something's getting cut away that they thought was permanent. They may have to move. This is in the background. What's down here by me is in the background. So there's a message. So this person got a message of concern that something that they thought was providing stability. Remember I said they may have to move. Something that they thought was bringing stability, then that was permanent, is being cut away. That's the message. It's being cut away. It's transitioning. Here's the message. There's a message here, okay? Sharks and whip. So whip talks about doing something repetitively. It could also talk about like disputes and stuff like that, but this is, they were doing rituals. Okay, this is ritual. They were doing this woman, mature woman, the sharks in the community, all these people were doing repetitively, doing rituals over your person. Okay, and this talks about restlessness, gossip about the relationship. Because they can kind of see that everything is good. Like that's, remember when I said over here, I was like, part of the reason why whatever they've been trying to, the juju they've been putting over your partner isn't working. And for those people that it worked, I'm sorry. This is not probably a reading. There's chatter about the relationship because your relationship seems to be unscathed, like you're unbothered, everything is good, because your partner is loyal to you. You are loyal to each other. I don't know what I was listening to yesterday. I don't know what I was listening to yesterday, but I was listening to a story, and it was basically talking about how they were targeting, like Karmic's targeting, like solid, trying to target like solid relationships, right? But targeting areas like, I've talked about this. I've talked about it before, like where the Karmics were trying to attack the collective. They were attacking areas of your life that you've already like healed, like the things that would normally have triggered you, say like 5 years ago. That shit doesn't bother you now, right? Like you kind of know how to move around it. And the story that I was listening to, it was basically saying how they were creating like these financial difficulties within the relationship, thinking that it would make the man, because that story was also centered around the masculine, but it had a lot to do with money and like if the feminine wasn't in a position to earn money, like say she was a homemaker or something like that, and she's not outside working, she's not working outside of the home or whatever, and he has to, you know, be the breadwinner and do whatever he has to do to make sure everybody's covered. That he didn't look at his partner, that didn't diminish the way that he viewed his partner, because the relationship, like what I see right here, it all feels like a relationship that has withstood the test of time, and that even when resources get low, or when, you know, money gets funny and the times get tough, this couple leans into each other and they support each other and they love each other and they thrive, and they continue to thrive in these awkward, fucked up situations that they're placed in. But what it does is it's meant to, like, these troubles are meant to, they are kind of like make or break situations with certain relationships, and it's to teach you how to, like, and we're not talking about like cheating or anything like that. Obviously, if your partner's a cheater, fucking let them go, you know what I'm saying? But, and even cheating, I mean, I got theories on that too, but neither here nor there. um but when you can overcome the challenges that were literally meant to break you down, especially if you, like, if your love, the love that you have between you and your partner, if it is solid and you guys are on a solid ground, and, you know, it's not, you know, you're not together due to codependence or whatever. You know, sometimes when one, you know, it's, relationships aren't always going to be, you know, 50-50. Sometimes it's going to be 80-20, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes 90-10, sometimes 60-40. It just really depends. And for whatever you can't, you know, do, then the other, you know, lifts up. I mean, I'm thinking that's because that's the way this worked for us. I mean, I know it doesn't work for everybody, but that's what that has worked. That is what has worked for us. We just did what we had to do, but it didn't diminish, like, whatever battles that we dealt with internally. We didn't allow it to, like, overtly affect our relationship, because ultimately he's my person, like my best friend. I can't even imagine what my life would be like without him, because he's my bestest friend. Um, And really, what I see here, like this, I don't know who this woman is for you. Like I said, I'm like, I don't even have a tarot card out here. She might as well be the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, because, child, whoever this woman is, whoever these people are in this community, could be a family or whatever. But all of these people have been doing work together repetitively over your relationships, over your partner, and then they're talking about it because they're waiting for something to happen, and nothing's actually happening to y'all. I think I said in yesterday's reading, I was like, if this woman is, like, say, your mother or whatever, she was trying to do stuff, you know, juju, to wreck your relationship, it made your relationship stronger, and it severed the cord that you have with this woman. I've been saying it. I'm like, I think somebody has been doing work underneath the eclipse, these last two eclipses. Child, I would never. But hey, go do you. If y'all think you know what you're doing, ain't gonna work out the way you think it is. And that's the other thing. They can't, they could, if they were trying to do juju over you. What's this card? Yeah, if they were trying to do juju over you. Because this here, I'm like looking at this transitions with the chakras. This feels like you're super balanced. Like all of your chakras are in alignment. So even if they were doing things to, like, trigger parts of your nervous system to make you feel some kind of way, like, I think I've talked about it before, like they wanted you to be so down bad, they wanted you to take yourself out. And that's not what's happening. And they've tried, I want to say, I've been saying it, they've tried a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different times. And none of it's working. It never works. Maybe, you know, I'm looking at this divination and the actual money. That's in the fears and concerns. Maybe they're worried. Like, maybe you're a diviner. Maybe you're a reader. You may not be. I mean, I have a lot of readers that watch me. Maybe they're even worried about you talking about this actual money, this loss of abundance, this thievery. They're worried about it. Hush, Lucky. Go outside and talk to your friends. I started paying attention to when the dog would bark. And we live on a cul-de-sac, so he barks when cars pull down my street that don't belong here. Like, he can hear it coming down. Like, I can't even hear it. He can hear that car before it comes down the street. But he also talks to some of the other neighbor dogs that you hear barking sometimes. And I would pay attention to when he would bark and listen to see if I hear anybody else barking. And there's some times where the dogs in the neighborhood are actively having conversations. Like, one over there will bark a little bit, then the one over here will bark a little bit, the one across the street will bark it, and then he'll start barking. And then you hear go back and forth. They're just having a conversation. I often wonder what they're talking about. Often wonder what they're talking about. So they're worried about some kind of good luck. They're worried about good luck. They're worried about you also being... Now, if you are a tarot reader, a diviner, they're worried. Yeah, they're worried. It's like they're worried about you discovering this pathway to actual money. Like, you're experienced and mature enough in what you do and that you're good at it. And that you're going to end up... Look, and this is at the split. Thief. Main male. Thief. Blockage, main male, and false person. So I don't know if this is two people or one person. There could be a masculine here. That's a false person. Or this is a false person is a woman and there's a man. There's the next flying monkey. There's a sidekick. Because remember, I had down here the very first cards out were rich girl and karmic masculine. But she would be a false rich girl, rich woman, rich girl, if this inheritance didn't actually belong to her and it came out in the reverse. Say if it was meant to go to you, and if child, you know the story. So what they need to release, this community, there's a false narrative being perpetuated by this community about this mature man. So did we know in the other readings, the mature man was the one who had passed? So someone may have... Okay, so we know the fox is like a trickster fraud energy with the house. Child in the reverse, despair. So child in reverse, remember I said it could be innocence or new beginning. Somebody may be in despair because they're guilty of doing some kind of fraud having to do with the home. Well, well. Well, well. Mountain in the reverse. So if they have been blocking you, because the mountain is an obstruction or a blockage or a hurdle, something that needs to be overcome or having to go around it, but the obstruction being lifted. If they blocked you from an inheritance that was due to you, the obstruction is being lifted. Yeah, they may have stopped this official person. That's the reason why they couldn't come to you, journey in the reverse. They stopped this person from coming towards you. They prevented this information from getting to you. Ooh. woman in scales. So this is like, if you're the divine feminine, justice is going to be served. I wasn't planning on taking 2 cards, but justice is about to get served. So they had an expectation that the relationship would be like, this was like some type of public humiliation. Because this is like something that's done publicly. So they were expecting, like, for your relationship or something to be ending in like a real public kind of way. But this mature woman has been blocked from actually, I want to say they've been blocked from seeing you or having access. Oh, this mature, oh, brick wall. Okay, so this mature woman, okay, we know the bouquet is a gift of abundance or affection or something like that. The brick wall is next to this mature woman, the bouquet, and the child. This woman was blocking, this woman and these people with the community and sharks, this woman and these people were blocking you from, I don't know, there may have been, maybe there's some type of event that you maybe weren't invited to or something, or you don't know anything about this. But they're blocking this bouquet, this gift, this abundance. They are blocking it. Because if you had it, it would open a path. Just like I said, it's like it doesn't matter if I'm using oracle cards or if I'm using tarot. It's like, if you have the benefit of that ace, like, we'll just consider this the Ace of Pentacles. With the benefit of that ace, it would allow you to just go. You know what I mean? And this person's been blocking it the whole time. I said I might as well have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse out here, because that's who that is. Yeah, it's like they wanted to break up the relationship, but your relationship is solid. And they blocked this message from, they blocked this, there's a message that was meant to come to you, and they blocked it. Wealthy man in the reverse. They blocked it. They've also been doing things to try to block or fuck with your intuition. They've done it repetitively. Crazy. Okay, so if this person, okay, because this mature woman is tied to like the ritual work. The woman, this mature woman, and the community, the people. I'm like, I don't know if she's been doing the juju or if she's had people do juju for her. People may be chattering that this person ain't as all-knowing as they claim to be. Like, if they claim to be like spiritual and woo-woo, they not that. There may also be chatter about how this rich girl, privileged lady, how she came to be privileged. Bouquet. Because of that gift. There's talk about it. People are talking about it. Okay. Yeah, they've been trying to end something. I'm like, okay, I don't know who this woman is. It's a mature woman. Like, I always say I'm about to turn 54. I don't feel like, I mean, I know I'm a mature woman, but I don't count myself as like the old lady in the pictures. I don't count myself that old. I'm thinking mature is like, 70 plus. I'm being generous. 70 plus. Okay, so fears and concerns. They've been trying, literally been trying to break up your relationship. I'm like cross and ring in the reverse. They've been trying to, because cross talks about fate and karmic events. They've been trying to break up your relationship, but it's not meant. No. I'm like, no, it's not supposed to. I said down here is because there's loyalty here. There's loyalty between you. I'm like, who is this man? Because this man, there may be somebody here blocking this. There's something happening here with the man. Because there's 2 male cards in the blockage sector. So there's... I'm like, this kind of feels like there's... Because the butterfly is like... Also like new life, evolution, change, death, rebirth kind of thing. But these are in the reverse. So this feels like definitely karmic masculine energy. So maybe this remember when I said here, I was confused as to like who this karmic masculine is. And the ancestors are out here. I'm like, y'all we put the players where they are. I don't know who these people are. But there's a man here that's like, or 2 men here that are preventing somebody from like blossoming or having a new life. Flying monkeys. Okay. What needs to be released? Unexpected income in the reverse. And high honor. This feels like somebody need to give you your flowers. And your money. Baby. Moon. Imprisonment. Key. Distant horizon. Distant horizon is in the reverse. So that means this feels like accelerated motion. This feels like it's not that far off. So somebody here, whatever they've been hiding under the darkness of night, with this key is being hidden information. Somebody's trying to keep themselves out of prison. Over a house. Somebody being frauded out of a house. Like there's some kind of fraud. Some type of trickster shit. Hidden information about a house. And some money. Big money. You know what's funny? Yeah, it's like they wanted you because they see you gaining some level of success. Like I said, you could be in the public eye or whatever, but they see that you manage it all, like labor and balance. You manage it all very, very well. Like you got, like this kind of gives me like 9 of Wands. It gives 9 of Wands energy where you're just like, 9 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. Like you're just doing your thing. And you manage it and juggle it all very, 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 very well. Yep, got yourself out of a toxic situation. Broke a bond. Cut ties with anything that was toxic. Both of you, you and your partner. Yep, and once you're awake, once you're woke, you cannot go back to sleep. Like, once you can't unsee the things that you have seen, neither can anybody else. Whoever this person is, you may have somebody here that may have been a shapeshifter. They can't do that anymore. People are starting to see their form. It's like folks and their masks falling off. So you have some, ooh, there's something being exposed. Something that they need to release. I'm like, it's really weird. My sense of smell is insane right this second. And just, I got a whiff of like 3 distinctive scents that all hit my nostrils at one time. I have no idea what that relevance is. It's really weird. I smelled incense, though I have no incense burning. I have not burned incense today at all. But I got a really good whiff of incense. The other was, maybe that's grass, because I do hear one of the gardeners out there. But there was another scent, and it smelled a little like flowery, fruity. I can't describe it. It was a sweet scent. I don't know what the relevance of that was, but I just had to mention it. But it feels like there's something, I said even down here, I'm like, they need to release, like, your relationship. There's something that is coming to light, though, that maybe... So maybe this woman is getting ready, and she may be getting ready to, like, have an end of life situation. Yeah, it was like she was trying to block you from starting a new life. She may have to move. She may have to move. It's interesting. I feel like this would be you. This feels like love of self. I'm like, it's still amazing what you've accomplished without the benefit of this gift, inheritance, whatever. Yes! So you may also be like, you know, kind of like high priestess, high priest mode. Like, I may be talking to somebody here who, because Arcana talks about like the mysteries, like knowing, having like knowledge, this unknown pool of knowledge, right? But this person here doesn't have, like thief, they don't have the gift. I said they've been trying to do things to block your intuition too. Because it's, remember I said up here, you could be a diviner and they don't want you, like you may be real tapped in and you tapping into some shit that they don't want you to know about. So they gotta shut you up. Talk too much. Keep talking. You talk too much. Yeah, it's like they need to release whatever this is that they thought was going to be permanently theirs. Could be the abundance. And they've been in opposition, like I feel like somebody's spirit guides have been trying to guide somebody, but they've been like refusing to listen. They're refusing to listen. Yeah, there's exposure here. There's going to be some exposure with the sun here in the upright and the moon in the reverse. There's going to be exposure about this message. There's a message of concern from this wealthy man. that you don't know about. Obfuscate. I'm like, you don't know nothing about it. And they've been trying to do something to block your, like, your sight. Like, they don't want you to, like, I'm like, I must be talking to somebody who's super tapped in. They don't want you to know what you know. Maybe the gift is, maybe part of the gift is a home too. When we said that down here. And they've been trying to block you from that. Refusing to let something end. With death in the reverse. I hate when people say that. Reverse. It's reverse. I don't know why I said it. They don't want their privilege to come to an end. Their life of privilege, they don't want that to come to an end. They're comfortable. Oh, yeah. And then they can't keep pushing ahead because they can't see where they're going. This person doesn't have the gift of sight. They don't have the gift of sight. So they're having difficulty in navigating because they don't know really where they're going or what they're doing. Especially if they have done work to try to, like, break up your relationship, to attack your partner, and then nothing seems to be working. Again, I said it yesterday and I've said it days, all of the readings from last week. I'm like, I do not know what the state of your relationship or your mental, well, yeah, I understand why your mental status, but the health of your relationship. I think the last couple of readings has come out and it's specifically geared to a relationship, but the relationship is tied to this abundance, whatever this is. And I don't know. I'm like, I wish I could connect that dot. I don't know what that connection is. What does the health of your relationship have to do with you having acquired this good luck, abundance, this money, inheritance, whatever? They are connected, and I just can't figure out how. I heard, oh, okay. Oh, let me finish the thought. I heard, what's the name of that song? Seasons Changed. I think it's by Expose. I can hear the chorus in my head. Like, seasons change, feelings change. Something about reflecting over the course of time how complicated your life may have been while having maybe this masculine energy in your life. I don't know who this man is, but I think he has had some hand in making your life complicated when you didn't know it. So maybe these are two people, like this rich girl, mature woman. I'm kind of privileged lady. I'm kind of tying them together, and this karmic masculine energy. I'm like, the child absolutely could be another person, could be a whole third person, or it's the energy of innocence or a new beginning. But then even over here where the blockage area is, there's two men here. Could be the same man, but it's giving distorted masculine anyway. So there's a distorted masculine energy, and I feel like the energy is like, think about all the times where your life was like real crazy or whatever. This man has something to do with it, whether you know it or not. But it doesn't have to be a man, you know. I'm like, I got the women and the men out here, so it literally could be anybody. I think you've outgrown this person. And that's what it was. It has something to do, you having access to whatever this monetary gift, inheritance, it had something to do with your achievement and growth since you've been away from this person or people. These two things, that's the thing. And again, I'm like, what's the caveat? Like, is that part of that? Is that written somewhere in a will? Like, you gotta, your life gotta be a certain kind of way before you get access to that. I don't know. I'm speculating. But I'm like, that's been the thing here. Part of the release, it's like release these unexpected funds and give the collective their flowers because they've achieved growth. You just needed the space and the time to do it. You may have needed to get away from whoever this is so that you could grow. You needed to grow in an isolated state. It's like you can't heal in the places that broke you. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. So part of the lesson is somebody is losing their abundance and they need to heal. This relationship has come to an end. Give me one more card, please. Your relationship with this person has come to an end. I'm like, and that feels more like honesty and clarity. It's like being honest with oneself. That they gotta like give up whatever this information is, whatever they've been trying to hide. Somebody is ungrounded and they're resisting. Oh my God. They're resisting. Like, I feel like people, like, okay, here's the thing. You may be, like I said, you could be in the public eye. You could have a public platform. You may be a truth speaker. And this person doesn't want people to see you. I said this yesterday. I'm like, these they don't want people to see you. They don't want people to hear your message. They want to perpetuate the image of you being an ungrounded failure. But your wealth, the abundance that's due to you, is being protected. The cycle of lies and messages being withheld is coming to an end. And somebody is very upset because they have been stripped of their intuition. And they're mad because you've evolved and you've grown. And they're unable to travel. They don't know shit. Like, they don't know. And the things that they thought were permanent in their life, it was just, look at this, permanence in the reverse with time at the bottom of the deck. These last two cards out of this whole deck. This feels like they thought some shit was going to be a permanent thing in their life. And time. I told you, I've been saying it. Saturn is a long game. Saturn is a long game. Last time Saturn was in Aries was in 1996. There has been something here. I'm talking to a group of people where there has been something's been playing out in your life for over 20 years now. And now, like, we still have a couple more things like this eclipse just shook some things up. We have a couple more major things coming up. We've got a Kazini coming up. We've got a couple more really good transits happening that are going to continue to shake. It's like shaking the tree to see what falls out. Trust in the timing, okay? It's never going to be in our timing. It's always going to be in divine timing. Like, I don't know what we're going to be talking about once this whole saga is over, but child, I'm tired of talking about it. Like, I'm tired of talking about it. Let's do the dice, and then I'm going to wrap because we're already an hour and 10. And if you're still here an hour and 9 minutes in, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations, and super thanks. I appreciate all of you. We have Saturn, we have Jupiter, and Venus. I've got the 7th house, relationships, partnerships, 11th house, your social network, and 12th house, endings. I'm like, endings. I've got Libra out here twice, which is also the natural ruler of the 7th house, and Cancer. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. If you'd like to book a personal, more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. And I invite you to join me for a session. Alright, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, take care.